Hello everyone, Mimi Crafty Crojo here. Well, I need to do a little rant. This video is not made for small children's ears. I don't know what I'm going to say, so quite honestly, take a moment if you choose to want to listen to me and don't have the kids in the room, or maybe listen with your headphones on. I have been contemplating doing this video for a while now, and last week something happened that really made my blood start to boil beyond the boiling point. So you wonder where I've been for the past year and a half and what I've been doing. And I may not have been off of here completely for the past year and a half, but there certainly has been a lot going on in Mimi's life. The lockdown did a number on my family. We have been struggling. My girls have been struggling. My husband has been struggling. I've been trying to pick up the pieces and trying to work alongside everybody to come up with ideas and to try to get through all of this. But it's been difficult and a lot has not worked. You know, the kids were home probably up until July of last year. And Ed was home for a good 6 months. He had a lot of medical issues and was in and out of the hospital, is still continuing to have medical issues. He's currently in the hospital right now. He has congestive heart failure. He has edemas on both legs, which are blistered, infected, and has acute cellulitis, and they are trying to determine where the fluid is coming from. He has a lot of other things that contribute to his health condition. I had Chandra had to have surgery. We had, my granddaughter was born 1 year ago, a month premature, and then my daughter had an appendicitis attack, had to have her appendix removed. Everybody got very sick. No, it wasn't but needless to say, I ended up getting very sick. I was sick for over a month. And bills are just the medical bills, the regular bills, piling up, and really don't know how we're going to dig out of all of it. I guess we'll find a way, like many households in this country. At least we're trying. I watch my girls tirelessly look for new ways to make their business float through all of this. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch two kids who just give their all to everything they do. They finally built up their business to a point where it was starting to take off. And I watched it crumble around them. And I can't begin to tell you how much that hurts me as their mom, because I see how hard they work and how generous they are, because throughout all of this, they will still give of themselves anything that they can to help somebody else in need. That's how I brought my girls up. My children have never looked at anyone for their exterior, how much they have, how much they don't have, what color their skin is, what religion they believe in. My girls were brought up to respect people for who they are and what their heart says. That's how I brought my children up. I guess let me go back to the very beginning of why my YouTube channel probably has not been all that successful. When I began, I was in a state of mind that I was in a very difficult place. I had just lost my best friend, Gidge, who fought like hell against cancer and wanted to live so very badly. And she was my only friend. I am pretty much an introvert. I don't have any need to really go out and socialize anymore. So when I lost her, I lost a huge chunk of my world. I then began watching YouTube videos and a lot of wonderful channels and interacting in the lives, and I got to know a lot of people that way. My channel began to grow, and I was proud of that. I had hoped that my channel would grow into something where I know that people don't make a lot of money on YouTube unless you're a big YouTube channel. It's not, something I ever expected to happen for me. It was really more about interaction and learning and getting to know individuals from around the world and just chatting here and there, because I don't get to do that very often. So I decided to take the leap, and I decided to start up a YouTube channel myself and try to do that. And as many of you know, you hit the milestones and people are happy for you and they congratulate you and may mention you in a positive light, and sometimes they don't. Which is kind of what happened to me. I worked very hard to try to reach out to people and chat and whatever. And when I hit my 1,000 subscribers, I didn't get that whole big hoorah. Within 24 hours, I was hit by another person, basically questioning my integrity as to how I got to 1,000 subscribers. Sadly, we don't really communicate any longer, but I watch the person's channel. I don't have any hard feelings. It is what it is. I don't like my integrity questioned, ever, because I know who I am, I know what I've done in my life, and I have never taken advantage of anyone on here or any other place. Now, that being said, that's over and done with. Well under the rug. I will not mention any names because that's not how MiMi rolls. People will think what they want to think of you. Okay. Last week, I had a person who I highly respect, who is very well loved, block me from their Instagram account based on the fact that I commented very politely, I may say, on a couple of posts that were put up that were political. Oh well, I guess my true colors are shown. I am, without a doubt, a Trump supporter. I am proud of it. I'm proud to be an American. I am proud to stand up for the flag, for our country, and for what it means to be free. I'm done with it, guys. I am done. So done. I'm sick of the shit. I sat back for over a year and a half. I was fearful to express my political opinion. I was fearful to wear my hat. I was fearful to walk down the street with a Trump shirt on, for fear that somebody would either hurt me hurt my kids, hurt my grandchildren, damage my car, come damage my home, because that was what was going on. No one in this country should ever have to feel that way. Now, I have voted Democratic in the past. I have voted Republican. I can honestly say I will never in my life ever vote for a Democrat ever again. Some of you may hate me for this. Some of you may love me for this. I can tell you that when I was blocked from that person's account last week, I think it was, what it did was fuel me to speak out. It fueled me to take a stand for what I feel is worth taking a stand for. I don't dislike that person. I'm not angry at that person. I still very much love and appreciate and respect that person. I wish they could feel the same way. Sometimes in this world, people get so caught up in what they believe to be the way to do things. You may be brought up in a household that was strictly Democratic or strictly Republican, and you can't see past the red or the blue. That line, you can't see past it. Well, I gotta tell you, I sat back and I listened to all of the hatred towards the Orange Man. I read it. I saw it on the news every day. I saw it on the YouTube channels. I still see it. Saw it on Instagram. And I tried my hardest to not reply, to not fight with the people who felt that their choice was correct for them. As I have told other people when I vote, it's not a matter of red or blue. It's a matter of which person is going to make a positive difference in my life, my children's life, my grandchildren's life, going forward within the state that I live in. Because things vary across the country, and what may affect me in a negative way, you may view as affecting you in a positive way. But this is America. We're free. Free to choose what we feel is best for us. I know there is a lot of hatred towards Donald Trump. Some people may have been standoffish in the manner in which he would speak. Maybe they just didn't want to hear the truth. The truth is hard to hear sometimes, but the truth will set you free. At this point, where we are politically, I don't care who you voted for. That was your choice. Your choice to make for yourself. What I do think is everybody has a responsibility at this point in time to dig deep within your soul, within your heart, and stand up for what is right today. We just lost 13 men and women, and hundreds of others lost their lives or were injured due to the incompetence that we have in the White House. I don't say that lightly, because presidents I have voted for in the past have not won at times, but I found a way in which to respect the process, to accept the people's choice, and to learn to live within that choice. I can't do that with this administration. This administration is tearing down everything that we hold near and dear to our hearts. The freedom that we fought, and so many men and women have lost their lives to give us the freedom that we have. He is incompetent. Sadly. He is very sick. And I don't mean just being sick for the sake of being a sick man. He has medical issues, which I saw well before he took office, which is one of the main reasons I would not vote for the man. You can't... What he may have been to some of you in the past is not who he is now. He needs help. And unfortunately, this country is now suffering deeply because of his decisions, his poor decision making. I don't want to believe that he has made these decisions with a clear mind. I don't, because if he did, that's an evil that there are no words to describe other than Satan. The lives that he has ruined by his incompetence is earth-shattering. The disrespect for law and order in this country. Sad, people. Those young individuals that roam the streets, that burn down buildings, that tore down businesses, that stole and injured and tore down our statues. And nobody did anything. They're not even put in jail. They're not held accountable. This country is in trouble. Without law, there is no order. Without order, there is no freedom. We need to stand together, look past the red and blue, and do what's right. If not, there is no hope for the future generations. I will lay down my life for my kids and my grandchildren. I will not be silenced anymore. I will not be made to feel afraid to speak my mind. I'm done. I am fucking done. If you don't want to follow me anymore, that's your choice. I probably will turn the comments off because I don't want anyone arguing with each other over this. These are my personal feelings. You are entitled to yours. You have your channel. You can go on your own channel and have a rant and talk about what you think about the world, what you think about the administration. I have no problem with it. I'm open to listen. I'm open. I have an open mind. I will listen to what you have to say. I may not agree with it, but I will listen to you out of respect, out of the freedom to speak, the ability to speak freely, which we haven't been able to do. Freedom of speech has been taken away. The mainstream media played a big role in filling people with misinformation. And no, I don't just get my info from Fox News. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of researching. I come to my own conclusion. I have a flippin' brain in my head, although some people may not think I do. There's so much I want to say. Let's talk the jab and the mask for a minute. People, every individual is responsible for themselves. You want the jab? Take the jab. You don't want the jab? Don't take the jab. The bottom line is, it's not a vaccine like the measles vaccine or polio or whatever. I mean, that's just, it's out there. It's fact. It does not prevent you from getting the bug. It doesn't prevent you from spreading the bug. People have died from it. It's new. There is so much misinformation within the world about the bug, about the jab, that obviously people are going to be hesitant. That's their right to be hesitant. And it isn't my right or your right to attack them for it. They have the right to choose. They have the right to have their medical information kept private. No one has the right to force something on another individual. There are many reasons why a person may choose to not get it. That's their right. No one has the right to take that away from a person. If you have decided to get it, then you should feel confident and comfortable within your own decision for getting it. You should feel safe. Why aren't you feeling safe? You can't expect other people to feel exactly the way you do about these things. A lot of people don't feel confident in it. I can't say that I blame them. It is new. There's still a lot of information and research that needs to be completed. Maybe it needs to be tweaked. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. We've all had our regular, normal vaccines. My kids have had them. But I really, really strongly disagree with anyone thinking they could push a jab on anyone. The masks. I'm not going to say masks don't work. I don't think they're highly effective. Unless you're wearing an N95 mask and you are constantly changing it, like in a hospital setting, as they go from room to room, they come out of the room, they remove the mask, they throw it away. They go into another room, they gown up, they mask up, and when they get done, they remove their mask, their gloves, their stuff, and they go on their way, and they repeat that. People aren't doing that. They're wearing the same mask all day long. They are touching their mask. They are talking with their mask and it slides down, and then they're picking it up and they're putting it back up, and they're coughing and they're sneezing and they're whatever, because, just because you cough or sneeze doesn't mean you're sick. But you're constricting their airflow. If you're sick, stay your ass home. It's easy. If you're sick, seek medical attention. If you've been sick and you feel you're at the end of it and you just precautionary, you want to just be sure and you want to put that mask on, that's fine. But I'll be damned when I walk outside if I'm going to put a mask on my face and not breathe the fresh air that God so wonderfully gave me to breathe. Saw people on the beach with masks on. People drive down the street driving a car with a mask on. We're out of control. It needs to be reeled back in to sensible levels. Don't force people to have to cover their faces. It's nice to see a smile. It's nice to see what people are reacting to. And I have to tell you, there are people like Ed who can't walk around with a mask on his face. He can't breathe. There are a lot of people out there that have conditions. Anxiety. They can't take being covered, the claustrophobic feeling of having that on their face. Don't judge other people for not wanting to wear it. You feel comfortable wearing it? Wear it. Put it on if it makes you feel that you're protecting yourself. It doesn't eliminate everything. Not saying it doesn't help, but it's not a cure-all for the situation that we are in currently. Use your common sense. If you're sick, just stay your ass home. It's easy. There's plenty of ways to get things in your house. Online. Order your stuff and have it sent to your house. You don't have to go out if you feel sick. That's just, the truth of the matter. I am so tired, guys. Tired of the bullshit. I'm gonna have to be saying, trying not to swear through all this, and I've had a few slip-ups. I'll have to talk to the man upstairs and ask for his forgiveness for it. I don't like confrontation. I don't like all of this anger that we're all feeling. But we have to speak out. We have to stand up. There have been, and I want to thank you, some people who follow me. I'm not going to mention any names. They have sent me private messages. They're liking a post or thanking me for posting something. And they told me that they did so or liked something, but were hesitant to do so because they were afraid. They were afraid of how it was going to affect either their channel or them in their life. I want you to all know those messages that you personally sent to me mean a lot to me. Do not ever feel that just because you may watch or see something that I post, video, or here or Instagram, wherever, that you have to acknowledge it by a like or whatever. If you feel uncomfortable in doing so, I fully understand your fear because I've been living with it. Your personal messages to me, I appreciate it. I really do. And I will never reveal your names. It's confidential, and anytime you want to talk to me or reach out to me, any of you, feel free to do so. And if you say something to me, I'm not going to go on and blab your name to anybody else. That is just not how MiMi rolls. So, I hope that everyone can listen to this video, maybe learn something from it, or maybe just think and reflect about what you do going forward, because actions always have consequences. Elections have consequences. We're in a situation right now that I wanted so badly to be able to just accept what was put in front of us with Joe. But I can't. I honestly believe the blood is on his hands. I hate to say that. It hurts me to say that. It hurts me to think that the commander-in-chief would do things that would disgrace us around the world, that would disgrace our fallen, their families. I don't know, guys. I know a lot of you voted for him. I know a lot of people who voted for him and said they're sorry that they did so. Okay. Well, it was a choice. It was a free choice to make. You can't change it. Can't go back to where we were that easily. You can make a change going forward. Maybe going forward, really think about who it is you may be choosing to run this country. Don't base it on just what the media says. Don't base it on your like or dislike about the way somebody may say something. Donald Trump was harsh, was crass, whatever you want to call it. He wasn't a politician to begin with. So he was stepping into a pool where he really didn't fit in. He was stepping on other people's toes. A little forward? Yeah. Speak his mind? Oh yeah. I would much prefer to hear what someone's thinking. Put the conversation out there and draw my own conclusions. I can't listen to Joe. He doesn't make sense. He babbles. He's incoherent. Nancy Pelosi said, in her own words, you can go find it, we don't want him to speak. I wonder why. Listen to what the other leaders of other countries are saying about our country right now. I will never forget that day those planes hit those towers. I won't forget the men and women who have died for our freedom. If something doesn't change, and change soon, we're in trouble. This whole country is unsafe. And I just lost my earbud. This whole country is unsafe because of who is in charge. One other thing I want to touch on. The hatred for the orange man. Please. You need to let it go. Let it go. It's not going to get us anywhere. All this hatred for the orange man caused people to make the incorrect decision for the country. Some of you may think I'm wrong and still feel that you made the right decision. That's okay. I can still respect you. But God help us. God help us all. Living with that kind of hate in your heart for somebody is just so wrong. As upset as I am, as angry as I am about Joe, I can't sit here and say I hate him, because my Christian values don't allow for that. I worry. Some people may not be all that educated. Let's say for instance, the Holocaust. My father-in-law was a Holocaust survivor. He survived because he was the strongest person in his family, and they were able to put him in the work camp. But he stood there and he watched his mother, his father, his brothers and sisters walk into the gas chamber and be exterminated. I heard the horror stories of how those people, the Jews, lost their freedom, how they were experimented on. Perhaps if you've never met somebody like my father-in-law, you would have no way to really fully understand. I encourage everybody to maybe go watch some documentaries, to read some stories. The atrocities that happened, we can't allow that to happen again. If you don't correct things within history, history will repeat itself. We came so far. This call that about white supremacy and whites being so privileged. I'm privileged to get up every day in my life, but I have worked every day of my life. I'm not like, you see, there's plenty of African American individuals in this world right now who are very successful. That's happened because we changed as a country. People like Martin Luther King stood up. And people changed the way they thought or were taught in the past. They changed to respect people regardless of what they look like, what they believe in. color they are on the outside. Because all that matters is how you conduct yourself every day, who you are from in here, and the good that you put forth out into the universe. There is no room for hatred on any level. Some of these people who are screaming white privilege live in multi-million-dollar homes in the Hamptons. There's a lot of people who don't have that. A lot of white people. I don't have that. I don't think I would ever really want it. Would I want life to be simple enough that my bills can be paid every day and I don't have to worry? That would be nice. I don't see that happening in my lifetime. I have tens of thousands of bills that are just medical bills, whatever, piling up. We're depleting everything we have to make it work. I don't know what's going to happen. But I will tell you, I've been homeless, I've been hungry, I've been abused. A lot of other things have happened. Some I'm not so proud of, because I got to a place where I allowed others to knock me down so far that I forgot the strength that I have. I blamed myself. I almost lost my life for it. In doing so, I hurt some of the people that I love the most. That will never happen again. Because I am strong. I am a good person. I am an American. And I am damn sure a Trump supporter. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and be safe. Stay well. And maybe I'll come back with a little brighter note in the future. I don't know. We'll see how this is received. I have a feeling it's not going to be well received by some. Others may appreciate it. So I thank you for taking the time to maybe listen to me. Hope everybody's blessed, safe, free. Have a good one.